started for us. It wasn't our first overland trip several years ago, but it was our first overland trip in this vehicle. We didn't even have any mods, we didn't have a lift, we didn't have a winch, we didn't have anything but a good set of tires. So we're excited to get back to this area. And where we're heading is Land Between the Lakes, Kentucky. They've got some nice camp spots, some nice trails to ride, and we are really looking forward to this long Labor Day weekend. I hope you enjoy the trip with us, and we'll just check back with you once we get that way. Well, good morning. Obviously we didn't show you any of the drive here because it was around 10 o'clock by the time we got to our campsite. I'm just getting up and making some coffee, so let me show you around this beautiful area. It's warm. We got the Enos out, or the hammocks. They're not Enos. And that's how we slept last night. I'll let you see our camp spot here. We're here with our friends Keith and Melissa again. And we hope to have a real good weekend, Labor Day weekend. This is one spectacular area, and I'm not so sure that the better camp spot is just right around from where we are, although we were looking for trees to be able to hang our hammocks. So look at this. Now, this is a view. I don't know, but you're going to turn around.
It's exceptionally dry, but as you can see, we did manage to find a few mud puddles. Like this one we decided to bypass. With this much water still in it, you know it had to be very deep. Well, it's been a long morning of driving these dry, dusty gravel roads, and now we are in search of a nice lakeside spot to have lunch.
If there's a lot of water in the area, this would have been a fun little road to go down. This is going to be a good lunch spot. This is our lunch spot. I like it.
There's little toads everywhere. They're so cute. How about a roast beef wrap with cheese?
I like it. No provolone.
I didn't bring provolone.
See, I was trying to get you to your bald cypress trees.
Yep, I like the cypress trees.
this is where the guy was, because he could. The lake was up, and he wouldn't go to the connecting road.
Well, I don't think there's a connecting road now. Connecting road fee.
Well, I think back there, that little area we come through, when he showed on his video, the water was way up across what we just drove across, and he wasn't sure how deep it was.
Ready to drive out there in that water.
Monkey see, monkey do. You do it, we'll follow. Let's clean it off.
After a full day of sitting in these seats, we decided it was time to get out, stretch our legs a bit, and take a short hike to a very unique place, one they call Hotel California.
If you're trying to find the place, just drive until you find the graffiti, and you'll know you're in the right place. You might can start seeing it there in the distance. It's a very, I don't know, unique place. Very creepy place. I can't remember the story behind it, but it seems like it was some wealthy person's little lakeside home. Of course, now the lake's not far, but it's out over in the woods now, so maybe it was further up back then, I don't know. But here you go, Hotel California. That's definitely one interesting place. I wonder what rooms a night cost here.
We might can afford this place.
All right, there it is, Hotel California. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. folks, we didn't get the camp spot we wanted. There was a ton of people there, but we did find this down an old it was a pretty intense four-wheel drive road, although if it would have been wet, I don't know if we'd have made it down it or not. But this is our camp spot. We're getting showers, packing up, getting ready to go to worship service over here in fair dealing. So I just want to show you our camp spot real quick. So even though we didn't get the one we wanted, this is not bad. Look at that view. It's tight. It's a tight squeeze, but we were able to make it happen. Let me walk you down here to the water and show you this. Because I wished we had a little more time to spend here, because this is a nice little spot. Very hard to get to. I don't trip and fall trying to get down here. Not too shabby, huh? Alright, well, it's time to load up, get to church services. We'll catch y'all back on the trail.
As we've already mentioned, our first and second campsite choices were taken last night. The dry conditions had allowed many campers to get to places they wouldn't normally be able to get to. Because of that, we were in a rush to find a decent alternative, not knowing how long we'd have to look before finding an acceptable spot. And wouldn't you know it, we found the most technical road of the trip so far when we were on a mission to get to camp and set up. And in the process, forgot to film one of the best roads we'd experienced on this trip. It looked worse driving in last night with daylight fading than it does in these video clips. And in the wet season, I bet it would be quite challenging and nearly impossible to navigate. It had many deep, rutted out places. And even some of the bypasses looked like they would be a challenge if it were wet. We're cleaned up and dressed for worshiping with the local saints, or we'd be playing in those ruts for sure. We're just showing you a sample of what this road has to offer. Anyway, we'll check back with you once church is over, so stay tuned.
Well, we're back here on Land Between the Lakes. Had a good morning of worship and got changed and back on the road. We're going to try to explore the easternmost area, which we haven't done yet, and not sure what we're going to get into. Hopefully there'll be some good roads and good camp spots. So alright, just stay tuned and we'll show you what we find. This might not be a great camp spot. I bet it's more like somebody's fishing spot down here. But still a pretty view of the lake. lot of exciting trails today. We decided to cut it short because we run across a very nice camp spot that we were afraid to lose if we rode any more trails, because well, we've lost several of our camp spots this trip already. So let me just show this to you. Nice open area. And as all of our camp spots, which is nearly everything you can find here is on the water, this is on the water. And it is a very nice view. And I'm just shocked that nobody was here, because everywhere we pulled up to, there's been people camped. Spectacular. All right, folks, as you can see, we are packed up, or almost packed up, ready to head out and end our Labor Day weekend trip. Friends Keith and Melissa have already gone. They had a family emergency. They had to get up and go real quick. So this is probably our favorite camp spot on this trip. I mean, it's just a beautiful spot. Show it to you one more time. And it's fairly easy, easy to access. So we just assumed that people will be driving down here trying to get it all night long. Never saw a car drive down here. So if you come up to the Land of the Lakes, there's just a ton of good camping. It's a great place to visit. So we might do little trails on the way out, and we might just decide to hit the road and go home. So hope you've enjoyed this episode, and we'll probably check back with you later.
Ooh.
What is that?
Wow, you
knows how muddy it must be if there's mud right now. Got my tires wet.
Pretty deep, too. We don't want to film that from outside. Stinky mud.
Yeah. Ugh. I don't know that's enough to wash off my rock sliders though.
A bridge with mud puddles on it. Interesting.
Sounds nice. Going across water.
Well, that's all for now. Overall, it's been a good trip, even though all the roads were extremely dry. When we were here back in 2021, it was very wet and muddy. So we were a little disappointed with all the dusty, dry trails this time. I guess we'll just have to come back in the wet season. We hope you've enjoyed the episode and invite you to tune back in next time because we have something big in the works. A special trip we've been planning for a long time. As for now, keep it on the road less traveled. Dusty Buns Overland and Adventures.